January 15th, National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Now, again, I don't know who makes up these days that in the middle of January you'd have an ice cream day for one and a strawberry ice cream day for two. If you're making your own, that is. Which is what we're doing today. I've made ice cream before. I'm lucky enough to have a Cuisinart ice cream maker. If you don't have one and you want to splurge a little bit, they're not really expensive, but man is it worth it because you can make all kinds of stuff with this. The thing I love about this the most, especially this recipe we're going to do today, is I love the incorporation of egg yolks, and you make like a custard first and then you cool that down and then you turn it into ice cream, so it becomes so smooth it's almost like a gelato. It just we're gonna strain it and you'll see when we get there. But anyway, let's see what we need for today. Okay, here's what we need today. 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, a cup of whole milk, a cup of heavy cream, 5 egg yolks, a pound of fresh strawberries, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oh, and a whisk, and a sieve, and your ice cream machine. Alright, so let's get started. We have a nice sauce pot here. I know, cooking ice cream, trust me, well worth it. Take your cup of heavy cream, and a cup of whole milk. Okay. Give it a little extra shot there. And your cup of whole milk, and put those two in a saucepan, low heat. We want to bring it to a simmer. We don't want it to boil because it'll burn. So we just want it to bring it just till you start to see some little steam coming off and maybe a little or two of bubbles. But we'll start warming that up. We'll get on to the next step. Okay, for the next part, take your 5 egg yolks in a big bowl here. You want to make sure you have some room to move it around. And your sugar. Okay? And all we're going to do is just keep beating this, maybe a minute or 2, 3, just till it's nice and smooth. Everything's incorporated, the eggs, the sugar, and it's very fine battery kind of mix. You just want to mix it really, really well. So take the time, 2-3 minutes, really whisk it together. You can use a hand mixer if you want, but this is getting your exercise in at the same time. I mean, you're going to be eating ice cream. You might as well burn a few calories on the way. Alrighty, as you can see, the steam coming off our milk here. Our milk is ready. It's at a simmer. We don't want it to boil. Now here's our egg and sugar mixture that we beat really well. Let's get a close-up of that. Can you see that? So it looks almost like batter. What you're going to do now, very carefully, is you're going to put a little bit of your hot milk, a little bit, into your eggs to temper them so they don't turn into scrambled eggs. Never dump your egg mixture right into your hot liquid, okay? Because you'll scramble the eggs and then it won't be good. So you just put a little bit in and stir, stir, stir. You just kind of want to bring this mixture up to temperature. So you can do a little bit more. Okay. Perfect. Now it's all incorporated in. Now you're going to add this to your milk once you temper your eggs. Okay, so let's get that right in there and add it right to our mixture. I'm going to start whisking right away so that way it really incorporates in. We're going to strain this anyway before we use it later when it comes off the heat after we cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now we're going to cook it down. And it's going to thicken up, like almost like you're making a custard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to strain it once we finish cooking it. So if there is any cooked egg pieces or egg bits in it, we're going to get all those out anyway because you want a really smooth ice cream. Trust me, this ice cream is like the smoothest thing. I've made a vanilla version of this. I've never done it with strawberries, but I have a feeling it's going to be really, really good. Okay, so let's cook this 5-7 minutes, let it thicken up a little bit, and then we move on to the next step. Okay, so our base is all ready to go, but what we want to do is strain it because we want to get out any of the bits of egg or anything. If the egg cooked a little bit when you added them to your mixture when it was hot. So we just kind of want to put these through a strainer and just get just the smooth part of the custard into our container, because that's what we really want to use. We don't really want any chunky bits in our ice cream. Not egg bits anyway. Alright, so we're going to strain this through and then we'll be back. So now, next step, we broke out our blender. And we're going to take our strawberries and we're going to puree the hell out of these too. Okay, so then once that's done and your custard's all strained out, don't forget to add your 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and your 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, I'm just going to stir that up real nice. Now, this custard part is all ready to go, the base. So what you're going to have to do now is it has to be refrigerated. You can't just dump this hot liquid into an ice cream maker. It doesn't work like that. So we're going to refrigerate this, and then right before we make our ice cream, what I find tends to really work well is if you take your cold liquid, because this will be cold by then, put it in your freezer for like 15-20 minutes before you're actually going to dump it into your ice cream maker, just to get it really cold. You don't want to freeze it. You just want to get it as cold as possible, because the cylinder for your ice cream machine is cold already, but it just helps so much when all your stuff going in is really, really cold. It just works a lot better. Okay, so we're going to let this cool down now, and then we're going to put it in the fridge and let it get cold, and then we'll make it later on. We got our strawberry puree all done, which we're going to add right to this base as we do it in. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator as well. We want all of our items cold for when we make our ice cream. Okay, it's going to be really good, I'm telling you. See you in a little while. Alright, it's time to make the ice cream. We have our ice cream base here and our strawberries, which we put in the freezer for about 15-20 minutes just to get them really, really cold. And then we have our cylinder also for our ice cream machine that we put in. So we're ready. We're going to dump this stuff in and let's make some ice cream. Alright, let's turn on the machine. Start it spinning. Now we're going to dump it. We'll dump them both at the same time, just so they start mixing right away. And here we are about 20 minutes along. As you can see, it's thick and thick and thick. Okay, it's coming together like I just showed you. Let's take a little bit out, just so I can get a close-up and show you. Look at that. Yep, that's ice cream. Right now it's like in the soft serve stage, which is fantastic. We want to make it so we can scoop it. Alrighty? So we're going to finish blending this. We're going to put it in these little containers, pop it in the freezer, and then in a couple hours we'll come back, we'll scoop it, and we'll taste it. Well, I kind of did already, but you know what I mean. When it's a hard ice cream. See you in a bit. Alright, so it's a couple hours later, and there is our homemade strawberry ice cream. Nice and hard, just like ice cream. Way better than the store-bought. You control what you put in and how much sugar, how sweet you want it, how much strawberries you want in it. Alrighty, happy National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. See you tomorrow.